In a recent episode, you went into claims by Ross Coulthart about where they remember his interview on the Project Unity podcast, where he was saying to Jay, the host, that they were talking about this bill that would require this private aerospace to reveal all of their stuff within 300 days or 600 days, something like that.
300
And
days. Yeah, yeah.
and Jay turned around to Ross and said, "Well, yeah, but doesn't that just give them 300 days to hide all their shit?" And he says, "Okay, well, what if they're so big that they can't be moved, and that they're built in that they're located in a place outside the US, and they're so big that there's a building over the top of them, has some sort of structure on them over the top of them to conceal them. Um, where do you think it is?" Because the moment he said this, the internet was like buzzing well with like, let's scour Google Maps. Have you ever done this whole thing of scour? I've spent a lot of hours scouring just Google Maps before, just trying to find interesting stuff, and I have found interesting stuff. Um, but I think that sent all the Google Map hunters like wild. Are there any sort of locations that you think, other than that for because you brought up the Reddit article about the what was it, an observatory in Chile? And it
Yeah.
looks like it sort of fits a lot of the criteria of what it could of a location where this craft could be, this one specific one that Coulthard is talking about. But are there any other places where you think this thing could be?
I mean, I have no idea, man. To be honest with you, I really didn't spend much time thinking about it.
Right.
If I'm being honest.
I've been I've been sort of stuck on it, to be honest. Personally, I just been like, where would this thing be? Because I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, it could be a million places, right? We're talking about Earth. That's
Yeah.
literally a bazillion, and I bet any place that you could think of is not the place it's going to
Right.
be.
Right.
Um,
It could also
so
be it could also be bullshit. It could have been like COINTEL, like that
Well,
Coulthard's been
sure.
fed.
I
Yeah,
mean,
right.
100%. We have no
Yeah.
idea to know if that's real. But yeah, is that story fascinating that the the UFO was so big they couldn't move it, so they built a building around it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that is a great story. Yeah, but I mean, past the making the video and like, you know, I don't really think about it too much past that point. I'm almost focused on the next video.
Well, you've got
What's the
yeah,
next
because
thing?
you're making content every single day, so I guess you do have to
Yeah.
sort of just like drop that and move along, which is
I
interesting.
mean, I did. It's just like, how far am I going to get? Like, am I going to uncover where this UFO is at? No. And I think
No,
it's cool that people take interest in that and then start like you did, Google, going on Google Maps. And I personally,
I
that's not my
found
thing. I wouldn't do it, but I like that people do that and go look for it. Like,
yeah.
I like stuff like that. Like, I like when the community gets together to try to do something like that. Like, that's when the community works its best.
I really like that you brought up an example of where it could be. Like it was just fascinating to go and well, this fits
Yeah,
the criteria. It got the conversation
totally.
just moving again in my mind, and
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
it's like he said it
Yeah.
again that day, and I'm like, oh, I really want to go looking on Google Maps again now.
Sure. I get it. I think that's cool. I
Yeah,
think that if it inspires people to do stuff like that, I think that's I like things coming out, right?
right.
People want to and I've criticized Jeremy Corbell myself, but at the end of the day, he is putting out things for us to study, right? The
Mm,
jellyfish UFO video, for instance, like he got a lot of backlash for that. And I had my own criticisms about it.
yeah.
At the end of the day, he is putting out stuff for us to study. So thank you. Right. Like it's something for us to look at and either not or that. Right. So I like that sort of stuff.
By
I
the
think
way,
that's
as we
the way to go.
mention these episodes and content from your channel, I will be putting cards in the video and links down below. So whenever we bring something up, if I mention an episode of yours, it will be linked down below, and there'll be a card insert so that you can
Right on.
go to Patrick's channel and please subscribe, join that community, and have a look at what we're actually talking about.